Hi everyone, today we will have a lesson on theoretical aspects of English, namely lexicology. As you know, lexicology deals with the scientific study of words, and it has some subdivisions like word formation, semasiology, etymology, phraseology, and lexicography. Today we're going to talk about semasiology and the types of word meanings. As it's known, semasiology is the branch of linguistics which studied the meaning of words called semantics. The name comes from the Greek semasia, signification, from sema, sign, or semantikos, significant, and logos, learning. So before talking about the meaning of different words, we have to analyze what is a word, what is a notion, and what is meaning. So a word is a language unit, while notion is a unit of thinking. A notion cannot exist without a word expressing it in the language. But there are words which do not express any notion, but have a lexical meaning. Interjections express emotions, but not notions, but they have lexical meanings. For example, alas, disappointment, or all my buttons, surprise. So notion originally came from logics to lexicology. A notion denotes the reflection in the mind of real objects and the phenomena in their relations. Notions, as a rule, are international, especially with the nations of the same cultural level. So, while analyzing the different meaning of words, there is no universally accepted definition of meaning, but there are main three categories of definition of meaning may be referred. So the first one approach is referential approach to meaning. Second one is functional approach to meaning, and the third one is operational approach to meaning. So the referential approach deals with the connection three components: the sound form of the linguistic sign, the concept underlying the sound form, and the referent, the part of aspect of reality to which the linguistic sign refers. The referential model of meaning has basic triangle: sound form, concept, and the referent. So the sound form of the word fir tree is not identical with the meaning of the word fir tree, because sound form of words in different languages are different but express the same meaning. For example, one object can be denoted by some words of different meanings. In speech, the referent of cat denoted by the words cat, animal, pussy, jury, pet, etc. All these words have the same referent but different meanings. So there are words that have distinct meaning but do not refer to any existing things. For example, mermaid, an imaginary sea creature, or angel, a spirit that in some religions is believed to live in heaven with God, or vice versa. We can observe the words devil. So the next criteria is functional approach to meaning. The meaning of a linguistic unit can be studied only through its relation to other linguistic units. It's based on analysis of various texts. For example, arrive can be followed by at arrive, or can be followed in, or can be followed early, late, and the sudden arrival. Movement can be followed by a noun, to move a table, and preceded by a pronoun. He moves, she moves. Movement may be followed by a prepositional, movement of a plane, and preceded by adjective, quick movement, slow movement. They occupy different positions in relation to other words. So the next approach is the operational approach. So the principle of operational approach is defining meaning through its role in the process of communication. Thus, this approach studies words in action and is more interested in how meaning works than what is it. It refers to communicative aspect of the language when the object study was shifted to relations between the language we use and the situations within which used, thus exploring the capacity of human beings to use the language appropriately. So, for example, let's look this sample. Anne arrived at 6 o'clock. It may imply Anne was some hours late, or failed to keep your promise, or she was punctual as usual. So the implication depends on the concrete situation of communication. So the meaning in the direct information conveyed by linguistic units and the sense, the information added to the extra linguistic situation. So this is one of the main problem to define the meaning. So operational approach. So here we can see other examples. For example, Wittgenstein tries to explain us in his language games, meaning can be conveyed, or meaning will be revealed in the process of communication. For example, he tried to illustrate, for example, when your wife is holding a knife in the kitchen and cutting an onion, in this situation, the meaning of the knife is kitchenware. But let's imagine if your wife holding a knife and at the top of your bed. In this situation, the meaning of the knife is dangerous. Like this, John Austin tried to explain in his speech act different types of meanings in the process of communication. For example, he tried to explain us, to teach us in his speech acts by using three types of components. The first one is locution, second one is illocution, and the third one is perlocution. So locution is the same words in linguistics. Illocution, what is the intention of the user of the language, and the perlocution, how the sense of the receiver, how he or she felt after receiving the information. So for example, this man is disreputable businessman. So the meaning here is the speaker's intention is here to give new information for others. But after having listened this sentence, so the receiver may try to keep away from him. But the locution is here. For example, we can analyze this man is subject, and is disreputable businessman. Disreputable, this is maybe we can say here negative sentence. So traditionally there are two types of meanings of the word: grammatical meaning and lexical meaning. So the grammatical meaning is the meaning of an inflectional morpheme or of some other syntactic device as word order. It depends its role in a sentence. For example, the tense meaning in the word form of the verb: worked, told, bought. The meaning of plurality analyzes boys, types. The case meaning of nouns: women's, the green grocers, the hospitals, the opticians. So the lexical meaning of the word is the meaning proper to given linguistic unit in all its form. The word forms of the verb to talk, to talks, talked, or talking process different grammatical meaning, but in each form they have one and the same semantic component denoting the process of speaking. So besides this, we have word class meanings. For example, there are major word classes and the functional word classes. So for major word classes, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Functional word classes are articles, prepositions, and conjunctions. So functional word classes, they do not have their own notions, but they have their meaning through the dictionary. All members of a major class words share a distinguishing semantic component as a lexical one of the parts of speech meaning. Nouns have the meaning of thingness or substantivity. So they possess different grammatical meanings of number and the case. So lexical meaning includes two components: denotational meaning and the connotational meaning. So denotational meaning represents in every word and makes communication is possible. So it expresses the notional content of the word, shows that what is the word refers to. For example, the word donkey is a denotational meaning is animal or domestic animal, but connotational meaning is stubbornness or mule. So connotational component expresses additional meaning to the word, which may be different types of stylistic, evaluative, and emotional. So evaluative connotation has a negative attitude to the object or phenomena denoted by the word. It may be rational and emotional. For example, the word brain, a clever man, for example, is evaluated as a positive, while the word brook is a scrouded to cheat have a negative connotation. So emotional or emotive connotation of the word is capacity to evoke and express emotion. Duckling, darling, for example, here we can see diminutive emotive value. So stylistic connotation shows the stylistic status of the word: natural, bookish, colloquial, slang, etc. For example, fox meaning is a cunning, but denotational meaning is animal. So besides this, we can observe motivated and non-motivated words. All words can be classified into motivated and non-motivated. There are cases when there exists a direct connection between the structural pattern of the word and its meaning. So all one-morpheme words are non-motivated. Words containing derivational morphemes are motivated. So besides this, one word can be understood differently in different contexts. So the semantic structure of a polysemantic word can be distinguished between two levels of analysis. In such cases, we have polysemantic words. On the first level, the semantic structure is represented by different meanings as the main or primary meaning stands in the center, and the secondary meanings proceed out of like rays. Each secondary meaning can be traced to the primary meaning. This type of semantic structure of a polysemantic word is called a radial polysemy and can be presented on the diagram. For example, air, airline, airmail, airman, etc. So the second level of analysis of polysemantic words is determined as the semantic components with each separate meaning, where the sound semantic structure are arranged of different principles. They are not correlated with each other and have variable meanings. This type of polysemantic word can be called the chain of polysemy or concatenation. In the following list, the meaning of the adjectives dull and high can hardly find a generalized meaning covering and holding together the rest of the semantic structure. So, for example, you can see here, you can observe a dull and the high in different meanings, and they don't have to do nothing with the first or primary meaning of the adjectives. So in conclusion, the study of semantic side of the word may start with the name or with the object denoted. So there is no universally accepted definition of the word meaning. Thank you very much. See you soon.